Greetings and good morning and welcome to Hanson Day. We are here at Hanson Middle School for Hanson Day. And Hanson Day is a cross-section of vendors and services that are offered by the town of Hanson. As many different types of opportunities, whether it be sporting events or Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or Rockhaven Counseling or Hanson Public Library, every facet of what is done here in Hanson. There's Sheriff's Department, there's Police Department, there's Fire Department, and it gives the residents a cross-section of all the great things that go on in Hanson. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fabulous, fabulous event. Again, it's held at the Hanson Middle School inside due to the rain that we've had to cancel a couple of times. So stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of filming and a lot of viewing today for your pleasure. We're here at Hanson Day with our favorite bank called Northeast Savings. They're one of the bigger banks in the town of Hanson, and they're very, very supportive. I'm with Gina, who's the manager, and Sandy, who's the mortgage lender. So, what are the things that Northeast Savings does? I know it used to be a different name and it's changed, and Northeast has been very aggressive. They're a very, very good local bank. They're locally owned. What are some of the great things they do, and how much do we appreciate having you guys?
Well, thank you very much. We are very focused on our community. We're here to serve our community, so the products that we've created in the years since we've merged with Northeastern Savings Bank have really been community focused to really bring the best to all the communities we serve.
The bank itself started out in Easton, am I correct, or in
Yes.
Northeastern?
Yes.
And then it has branched out and come into some communities such as Hanson to do wonderful things.
Correct.
That's awesome. Sandy, mortgages, what are the rates doing? What's going on? Why should people come on and visit you?
Well, rates are not really cooperating right now because the economy where it's at. Everyone's keeping an eye on the Fed, every meeting on Wednesdays. And all we can say to people is if you're comfortable with the price, don't wait, go for it. I mean, who knows when rates will come down. It could be a while before they come down again. So caution to the buyer, just buy what you can afford and take it from there, and you can move up in house when the economy gets better.
Well, as you can see, Northeastern Savings Bank is trying to do great things for the town of Hanson. So should your banking needs be in Hanson, please consider Northeastern Savings. They are a big supporter of this community. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
I'm here with Sherry from Veterinary Centers of America. They're a local veterinary center here in Hanson, across from the Hanson Middle School at 104 Liberty Street. So if you have any pet needs, obviously you would want to come and check them out. Sherry, give us a little description of what the veterinary centers do.
So the veterinary centers altogether are a large organization. We have emergency hospitals as well as general practice. Our hospital is more of a general practice, similar to human primary care. So we treat all sorts of patients. We even see all exotics, rabbits, iguanas, lizards, snakes. We see basically everything, all in the little town of Hanson. But we also have larger clinics that are emergency hospitals, so we're able to transfer patients that are in critical care to get care elsewhere as well. So it's a great group of staff and doctors that all work together to do the best we can for all the animals.
So it's really not a 9-to-5 brick and mortar store. It sounds like you guys are open for emergency care and all of the above.
Yeah, so we are open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 5 days a week, and then we're also open both Saturdays and Sundays. We basically, if you have an emergency and you come in, we would triage and then get your pet stable, and then we would probably refer you to the emergency vet in Weymouth. But we are there for all your needs. If anything were to happen, we can certainly help you with your pet's care.
Well, that's a great service to the people of Hanson, where we're kind of a farming community and we have a lot of different animals, and hence, ladies and gentlemen, the woof on the hat. And as you can see, we have a cross section of young ladies that are here checking to make sure that this little fabulous dog has got a heartbeat. So thank you very much for what you do, and thank you for being in Hanson. I'm here with Skin Spot, which is a business at 270 Main Street, which is right next to the Venus 3 in Hanson. I'm with these beautiful young ladies, and they're going to give you a snapshot of what they do at Skin Spot. It's a very interesting concept. I guess it's a very needed thing in the town of Hanson, and they'd like a little bit of your support. So, Jordan, tell us what you do.
We are an acne clinic. We do face and body treatments at Skin Spot Advanced Aesthetics.
And Megan, what do you do at Skin Spot?
I'm a facialist at Skin Spot. So
what does a facial consist of? Because this face has never had a facial.
Some of it. So anything. So if you need hydration, vitamin C, oxygen, we do all of that. Or just a gua sha or a relaxing facial will help you with as well.
And I am the lash and brow specialist at Skin Spot. I do lash lift and tint and brow tint and wax.
But it's all to do with your face.
Yes, with your face.
So Skin Spot
And
is
body.
it's a face and body store. Okay, so should you need any of their services, ladies and gentlemen, they are at 270 Main Street next to Venus 3 in that strip mall. If you could use a facial, please consider Skin Spot. As you can probably see, Hanson Day has many, many vendors here, and it gives them an opportunity to tell what services that they provide to the people of Hanson. What does Rockhaven Counseling do, Melissa?
We do individual face-to-face counseling for people of all ages, a much-needed service in Hanson, especially for the elderly. We do, like I said, virtual, in person. I have an office in Hanover, but I also do online because it's convenient for some people.
Well, that sounds like a pretty awesome service, and it sounds like it's needed, so good luck. And thank you for coming today. And as we move through, you can see Whitman and Hanson have Special Olympics. This is the Special Olympics table here today at Hanson Servicing Day. There's a tremendous amount of stuff that goes on in Hanson that people should be aware of, and all of these vendors are here to tell you what it's about. You have CPAC, which is Special Education Parent Advisory Council. They're a big part of what goes on at Whitman Hanson. They're very, very valued, and they provide some valuable services. Thank you very much. This looks like the Whitman Hanson varsity baseball team. What do you guys do?
We play baseball. That's what we do. We win.
That's a good thing. But how many guys on the team? What do you do? How do you recruit? Talk to me, guys.
So we got about, I want to say, 6 or 7 returners from last year. We're going to be getting a lot of people from the JV team. We got a lot of talent coming up from 8th grade, the middle school. Last year we made it to the Final Four, and we had a heartbreaking loss. So this year we want to make it farther and win state championship.
Well, that's awesome, guys, because I happened to be at that game that you just lost by a little bit. So if you would like to play baseball, Whitman Hanson is where it's at. Go Panthers!
Panthers!
We talk about services that are provided in Hanson on Hanson Day. Well, Hanson Fire provides this giant service to the residents of the town of Hanson. Chief, how are you? I'm with Chief O'Brien. I see you've got a Scott. Gentlemen, thank you for all that you do. Chief, tell us a little bit about what fire services does.
Fire services actually does quite a bit in the town of Hanson. A lot of people think that we just put out fires, and quite honestly, the majority of the calls that we go on are medical calls. We are staffed with full-time staff of all paramedics, so we run 2 ambulances in the town of Hanson. And the paramedics can basically do almost everything that a doctor and a nurse can do in the ER. We carry a multitude of different drugs and equipment that's all life-saving equipment, so we provide advanced life support services. We also provide hazmat services to the town of Hanson, technical rescue services, fire prevention. We do training for the town, emergency management. So we do a whole lot more than just firefighting for the town of Hanson.
That's great, Robbie, and I'm sure that the town of Hanson appreciates what you do for the residents of Hanson. As you know, fire services, as you just explained, is a big part of what you do. The police department's another needed service, and you guys work in conjunction with them lots of times, so that's wonderful, because the town of Hanson gets provided this very valuable service. And let's hope that none of us need the fire department services. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Coming over to a very interesting table. It's called Sparkle Tattoos. How are you, young lady? What do you do?
We do sparkle tattoos for anyone, any age.
Anyone can get a tattoo? Even me? Right now? Any color? You pick one out. I'll sit down and see if we can do that right now.
Where do you want it?
Right here.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna look great with this. Yeah, she's really good.
And what colors would you like to have?
How about pink, purple?
Okay,
Yeah.
have at it.
Okay. I'm gonna do this kid, and I'll be right back.
All right.
First, we're just gonna put some glue. And this should wash off if you if you want it to come off, you can, but if you don't, then it will last for maybe a week.
So this is kind of like the tattoo that I never got.
Yeah.
And it'll wash right off. That's a good thing.
Okay.
It looks great so far. So we just put on a little glue and a little sparkles, and it stays on for about a week unless you wash it off. And you can wash it and scrub it, and it will come off.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to peel the mold off. Perfect.
Wow, I have my first official tattoo. Thank you, ladies. It was so nice. And if you'd like to come by and make a donation, you can get a tattoo too. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
What a fun thing to have here at Hanson Day. Hi, girls. How are you?
Good.
What are you doing here today?
We're selling fish and poppets.
So how it works is they try to throw a ping pong ball into one of these bowls, and if they get it in, they get to have a fish or a poppet.
So they can win a fish, a live fish?
Yeah.
Do you think I can do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a try.
All right.
What do I have to do? I have to take a ball and see if I can get it into one of the fish cups. Well, let's see. I'm not very good at this fish thing. I maybe better stay with the fish hooks. Hey, what a fish! What a great service is provided on this Hanson Day activity, but to win a fish. Thank you very much, ladies.
You're welcome.
Hanson Days has a bounce house here at Hanson Middle School gym. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's very well attended. If you can see inside, there's about 15 little tykes in there bouncing around, having a wonderful time. This is a day that is for everybody. Whether you're 1 or 90, it doesn't matter. Hanson Day is for everyone. I'm with Lisa Green. She's a town administrator here in Hanson, and we talk about services. She provides a very valuable service to anyone who needs it in the town. She has an enormous amount of years as an administrator, and she can direct you if you need services to where to go. Lisa, tell us a little bit about what goes on at Town Hall briefly, because I know we could talk for hours about what goes on.
Well, Town Hall, we are here to service the public. We're all public service employees. So if anybody needs any help, they need some direction, some resources, and they don't quite know where to go, come on into Town Hall, come to the Select Board's office, Town Administrator's office, and I am happy to lend any kind of help that I can and direct people to the right resources. Our treasurer collector, assessor, our town clerk, they're all great sources of information and resources. So anybody who finds that they just don't know where to go, come on and see me, and I will get you to the right people that can help you.
Well, Lisa, that's wonderful, but we also have another resource that you're doing. It's called the Great Pumpkin Classic Car Show. It's on October 8th, and it's at Whitman-Hanson Regional High School, I believe, and it's presented by Whitman-Hanson Dollars for Scholars in conjunction with I Know That You're the Catalyst. Let's talk about that a little bit. How many years have you done that?
All right, so this is our 5th year doing the show. It has grown every year, so we've moved it up to the high school. Last year we had 215 classic cars come to the show. So our 5th year this year up at the high school. It is all the proceeds go to Dollars for Scholars, Whitman-Hanson Seniors. It's an organization that's very dear to my heart. Anybody who any students going on to college who could get help with scholarships so they don't have to take out student loans is a win-win to me. As our 5th year, we hope to meet or beat 215 cars, but it's a great family event. It is Halloween themed. Kids come with your costumes. A lot of the cars bring candy for the kids, so it's like trick-or-treating. We're going to have food trucks there, trophies, medals, awards for costumes. So come on down and join us that day. And please, lots of prayers for good weather that day.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, it's October 8th, 2023 at the Whitman-Hanson Regional High School. It's a Great Pumpkin Classic Car Show. Be there or be square. Another very valuable service that's provided in Hanson is Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. And I'm here with Mark, and he's going to explain to you a little bit about what goes on with Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and different troops.
All right, so Hanson has a Cub Scout pack. It starts with kindergarten through the 5th grade. They start out as Lion Cubs in kindergarten. 1st grade is Tiger Cubs. Then they go Wolf, Bears, and then Webelos. After Webelos, they have a crossover ceremony that leads into the Boy Scout program, which is now called Scouts BSA. As the Scouting program has evolved over the years, they now offer the program for both young boys and girls. So any youth in Hanson that are boy or girl, ages 5 through 17, can join the Scouting program. Scouting program offers beginning activities of learning how to tie knots and outdoor skills. They have a few events during the year. They have a Cub Scout day program in the summer, a week-long program. The Scouts BSA has an overnight program that's a week long. Troop 34 goes to Camp Squanto every year, which is down in Plymouth. So Hanson has Pack 34, Troop 34, Troop 68, and there's another Troop 68. So there's a boy troop and a girl troop. So as Cub Scouts, the boys and girls are commingled. They're in the same pack. When they get older and they move up to the Boy Scout level, the Scout level, they separate into a boy troop and a girl troop.
Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, between the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts and the different troops, Hanson has it all covered. Mark, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm coming up on Ann Rain in the Plymouth County Beekeepers Association. Hi, Ann. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What do Plymouth County beekeepers do? I know they do a whole lot, and it's something that people don't think too much about. They love to eat the honey, but they don't think about how they get the honey.
Right. Well, what we do is we teach you how to keep bees and harvest honey and other products of the hive like candles. It's an educational, we're 501c3, and we do outreach throughout the community, the Plymouth County, for beekeeping.
So by outreach, you go out and explain to people what bees do.
We go to different clubs and put on programs. And our biggest outreach is a Marshfield Fair, which was just passed. We have a bee barn there, activities for the kids. It's a lot of fun. Beekeeping is fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
So it's pretty much educational because bees get a bad rap. Everybody gets worried about getting stung. You guys talk about honeybees, correct?
Yes, and everything out there that flies is not a honeybee. Honeybees are fairly docile. They don't really want to sting you because if they sting you, they die. They just want to protect themselves. So if you're gentle with them and deal with them calmly, they're fine. Run into them in the garden, just don't get in their way. All they want is that nectar. They don't want anything else.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want any education about bees, go to their website, PlymouthCountyBeekeepers.org.
And our January bee school registration is going to open December 1st. If you're interested in keeping bees, come join us. We meet at the Laura Center for Performing Arts in Hanover there by the Y. So our bee school is there. It's going to be every other week. I think it starts January 11th. Don't hold me to that. It's whatever that Thursday is. Every other week for 8 sessions. And then in the springtime, we facilitate buying the bees.
All right. Any bee questions, go to PlymouthCountyBeekeepers.org. Thank you, Ann. We talk about services, and it seems like I've been talking about services all day, but that's about what the community of Hanson does. We're with the food pantry right now, and God knows that they provide an unbelievable service. So if you could just give us a little bit of discussion about what the services are and how the individual people can help, whether it be through donations of food or donations of money or a lot of people might want to remain anonymous, and I know that anonymity is good.
Yeah.
So give us a little description.
So we're at 228 High Street in Hanson. The pantry itself is open on Tuesdays from 10 to 12, and then again at 6 to 8 at night. And everybody is welcome to come who needs food, and we'll be happy to serve you. For people who want to volunteer, you can come to the pantry during those open hours, and we can sign you up as a volunteer. We have many opportunities, not just only on Tuesdays, but during the week when we get deliveries and we do stocking of our shelves. Also, if people would like to donate food or money, there are many areas in Hanson where you can do a donation. The biggest one is at Shaw's. There's a box there right as you go through the checkout. At the end is a box. There's also a box at the post office. And we have jars all over town that you can donate money to for the food pantry, and we pick them up monthly.
Approximately, I know this is kind of a private thing, but approximately how many people do you serve a week? I know it's a lot more than people think.
So we do it in families and groups. So we average around 30-ish a week. So that could be like a family of 5. That would just be counted as one unit. So as far as people on a monthly basis, it can be up to over 400. And it's just not Hanson, it's surrounding towns as well, because we don't turn anybody away.
So the need is large, and it probably gets bigger around the holidays, I would assume. So ladies and gentlemen, if you could donate, you can go to Shaw's. There's our boxes around town. You can go right up onto High Street, and they have the food pantry up there. Or I believe, is there a P.O. box that they could mail a check in or anything? How would they do that? I know some people just want to remain anonymous, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, they can just actually mail it right to the food pantry, the 228 High Street, and we get our mail there, and it will get the check, and we get them there.
So it would go to Hanson Food Pantry, 228 High Street, Hanson, Mass. 02341. Thank you both for what you do for the service of the people in town. Talking about services, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department does a tremendous amount of service that I'm not sure that people are aware of. Ed, can you tell us a little bit about the identification part of it and the services that are happening to my right?
Sure, Bob. Thanks for having us, first of all. I'm Ed O'Connell. I'm the Public Information Officer for Plymouth County Sheriff's Office. And what you see here is kids fingerprinting performed by the deputy sheriffs. And that's just an identification program where they get a card so that their parents or a loved one or caretaker can find them in the event they go missing. Also, what we have here is recruiting. We're looking for young men and women who are looking for a challenging position in corrections office, because down at the facility we have it's a great career opportunity, and we're actively looking for young people to join us. And what I'm here for myself is we have the Sheriff's Farm on Obery Street at 76 Obery Street in Plymouth. We're having a fall farm festival, which is it's all free, and if you can see that, zoom in on that. It's all free. It's a wonderful resource. We're going to have touch a truck. We're going to have hay rides. We're going to have mums for sale, plants for sale. It's a wonderful day, and it's all free. It's just family friendly, and the sheriff really enjoys meeting all the people across Plymouth County. So we think it's a resource that hasn't been utilized to its full potential.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to attend that event, it's on Obery Street, which I believe is the old exit 5.
Old exit 5.
And when you come down to the end of the exit, you take a left and go over the highway and take a right like you go into the Registry of Deeds. Is that correct?
The courthouse or the hospital now.
Yes.
And I just want to correct myself. It's 74 Obery Street.
Okay.
And there's a picnic area. There's garden displays. It's really a great resource for families. The kids will love it. And
fun event. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right? No. Just Saturday, September 30th.
Okay.
From 10 to 2 p.m. And the next day, Sunday, October 1st, we're having our first perennial swap. So those of you who are gardeners or into plants, you can take your own perennials and swap them with someone else that has their own. So it's all free. Come on down and check it out.
That's awesome. Now, we have another part that's very, very important that the Sheriff's Department does. And Mr. DeRocha is going to tell us about the canine part of the service, which is important in several different ways.
Hi, my name is Dennis DeRoche with the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department. I've been on 29 years, canine for the past 17, and I'm currently working my third and fourth dog. We have 12 handlers and 16 active dogs and a couple of retired dogs. 10 of the 12 handlers have patrol dogs, which go out and try to find bad guys or missing people, good people, whatever like that. And then we also have one comfort dog. We have 3 narcotics dogs and 3 ballistic dogs. So we always have 2 dogs on duty 24/7, and we respond to anywhere in Plymouth County that needs us and beyond throughout the state. And we provide free services. Like I said, anytime we're requested, we go.
Well, that's wonderful, and it's a very, very important service that you have for keeping the community safe and sane, so to speak.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Dennis, for what you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm with Karen from the Hanson Public Library. She is the library director, and she's going to explain to you some of the resources that the Hanson Public Library supplies to residents.
Hi everyone. Yes, the library has a lot of resources for people of all ages. We obviously have books. We have a new library of things, so that's where you can borrow non-traditional materials. So we have things like metal detectors, yard games, different types of technology, mobile hotspots. There's a lot that we have. We're really expanding that collection now. We have a digital collection as well, which is available 24/7. We have ebooks, magazines, audiobooks. We have a lot of, obviously, events going on for all ages as well. So we have a lot of kids events every week. We have story times. We have special events, things like animal shows, face painting, family fun days. We have things for adults. We have yoga. We have author talks. So there's just really a lot going on.
If somebody just wants to visit the Hanson Library online, is that a possibility? What should they go to?
Sure, yeah. So our website is hansonlibrary.org. And there you can you can reserve museum passes. We have all of our digital collections, links to those. And any events that is going on, we have a calendar that you can sign up and register for events as well. So.
Well, Karen, I believe that I saw on one of your signs, what would people like to see for the Hanson Library? Right. That seems to me to be a very proactive approach that I like, because a lot of people, especially online, will complain, I'd like to see this, I'd like to see that. You're asking them to step up and be counted, correct?
Right, yeah. So we actually are applying for a construction grant through the state right now. So we really would like to get input from the community. What would they like to see? We're looking into possibly a new building or an expansion renovation of our existing facility. So we're trying to get input of what the community needs in terms of library services and find out what they really would like to have going forward. So.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. If you'd like to visit the Hanson Library, it is right next door to the old McQuon School that's being demolished on School Street. And part of it fronts on Mattakesett Street, am I correct? Right, yeah. So you can pull in School Street driveway and immediately take a left into the driveway. If you haven't been to the library, go there. It is an experience. Thank you, Karen. I'm with Bruce and Ed at a very, very interesting setup here. There are old Victrolas, Bruce, and can you tell me a little bit about what the association is that you belong to, as you just told me, and I have already forgot the name?
Ed and I are both members of the Massachusetts Old Colony Antique Phonograph Society, which consists of probably between 15 and 25 collectors of gramophones, talking machines, and phonographs throughout New England. And we meet several times a year, and we're always here at, some of us are always here at the Hanson Day to display and help preserve the old-time sound of the phonographs and the records that were played on them during that era.
Well, it's a very interesting display, Bruce, and the stuff looks very old, and I understand that you have a record loaded up for us that probably everybody's going to understand what it is, but it originally was played in 1906.
Actually, it was written and recorded in 1908 for the very first time, and I have the very first recorded version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game from 1908, sung by Harvey Hindemeyer.
All right, well, let's get to it, Bruce. We want to hear it.
But I should say the interesting thing about this record is everybody knows the melody, but nobody knows that there were verses to this song. All about this lady named Katie Casey, who was baseball mad and had the fever and had it bad. So let's hear that right now.
Take me out with the crowd. buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Well, Bruce, that's the most interesting recording. And ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Young just told you, it was recorded in 1908, and you just heard it on a Victor II circa 1905 to 09 single spring flower horn, which is a wind-up Victrola and no electricity.
That's very true.
So it's amazing. It's almost like Bluetooth in 1908. Thank you very much, Ed. Thank you, Mr. Young. Continue on with the great work that you do. I'm here with Melanie, and she is a representative of Hanson Girl Scouts? Whitman and Hanson Girl Scouts, which is wonderful. And she's going to give us an idea of if you wanted to be a Girl Scout, how you would go about it, and a little bit about what the services are that the Girl Scouts provide. Go ahead, Mel.
Okay. So, to join the Girl Scouts, you can email us at whitmanhansongirlscouts@gmail.com. And generally, troops meet twice a month. We do a lot of crafts. We do a lot of community service activities. Last year we did like birthday bags for the food pantry. And we help with Stamp Out Hunger, which is with the Postal Service every year.
What ages do you have to be, Melanie, to be a Girl Scout?
You have to be kindergarten. So
kindergarten through
12th. So you can be a Girl Scout all through high school. There are troops for all the levels, and we're always welcoming anybody who would like to be a leader or a volunteer. It's very rewarding as a leader. You get to see the girls grow and learn new things. We also go on really cool field trips. We learn a whole lot about like life skills. We did a
service projects?
Yes, like I said, we did a birthday bag project. So the girls all came together and put basically a birthday party in a bag with cake mix and decorations and all of that for food pantries, for the Whitman and Hanson food pantries, so that everybody gets to celebrate their parties and their birthdays. What else have we done? We do a lot of drives. Like we're doing a Veterans Day toiletry drive. That'll be in November.
Well, it sounds like the Girl Scouts do a tremendous amount of service work. Is this a young Girl Scout? What's your name?
My name's Sydney.
Do you love being in the Girl Scouts?
Yes.
Do you like doing arts and crafts?
Yes.
All right. Well, good for you, and we're proud to have you. And Melanie, thank you so much for the services you provide. All of these things that you do are community-oriented, and they're very, very important. So thank you. I'm here with Frank McGuire, and he is the president of the Lions Club. Frank, how are you? And thank you for coming to Hanson Day.
I'm doing well.
What does the Lions Club do? There are a lot of people out there, a lot of different service groups, and some people don't know. What does the Lions Club physically do?
Okay, so the Lions Club is, number one, a service organization. So our motto is we serve, okay? However, back in 1925, when we were a 10-year-old club, whatever, Helen Keller visited our national convention in Chicago and asked Melvin Jones, who was the founder of the Lions, to be the Knights of the Blind for her, all right? So then as she left and came back 20 years later, she found that there were not only lions in America, but they were in Europe, they were in Asia. And number one is we've taken up the cause to raise funds to help cure blindness, okay? Now Helen Keller was also deaf, so we also have a hearing foundation. So a lot of our funds that we raise stay here locally. The Mass Lions Eye Research Fund does a lot of things for, if you go into Mass Eye and Ear, you'll see a lot of plaques for the lions there. The Scapin's Eye Institute, a lot of funds that we raised back in the day for, if anyone knows what the LASIK is about. So when the U.S. government was saying, we want to fund this LASIK or whatever. The Lions were some of the ones that gave the matching funds for LASIK or whatever. So anything that we can do to help individuals that are, losing their sight, need glasses, have hearing, that's what the Lions do. Number one and number two.
How would someone go about joining a Lions Club? Is there a website that they can refer to, or you're a big service organization, so I'm sure you're always looking for volunteers.
As a matter of fact, we're here today giving out promotional brochures or whatever. And if you want to know about the Rockland Lions, you can give me a call, Frank McGuire, 781-878-3960. I have a recorder on that line. I'm old school. So if they want any information, they can leave information. I'll gladly get back to them.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. McGuire.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We're here probably with one of Hanson's most valuable resources if you asked anybody from the age of 2 to 92. It's Heidis Ice Cream on Liberty Street. Candace, you guys just bought Heidis?
We did. We bought it in 2020 from Tony and Linda Quigley.
You've made some changes?
Just a couple changes. We added soft serve. We added some non-dairy options and a couple new flavors. So we try to keep it the same, just enhanced with some additional flavor options.
Just ice cream, not candy. Are you guys not yet?
We have visions of other things, but for right now, it's just ice cream.
And you're hands-on?
Very hands-on. Both my partner and I, we're very much invested in the business. We see a lot of opportunity in the future, but taking baby steps. So,
are you open all winter, or you have a closing time?
That's the key question. We get that asked a lot. Maybe in the future we might be open year-round, but for right now we'll end in Columbus Day, and we open sometime in March, April.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you probably already know, but if you don't, Heidis is on Liberty Street. It's probably one of the best-known addresses in the town of Hanson, and especially for young kids, or even 90, like I said, 2 to 92, it doesn't matter.
Don't discriminate. No.
Exactly. So please support your local business and consider Heidis when you have that hankering for ice cream treats. Thank you, Candace. I was going to continue on, but the whole camera crew is eating Heidi's ice cream. So I decided that I might as well have some and wrap up today, 2023, with Heidi's ice cream. So good.